Hello active traders and happy holidays. I'm Ken Calhoun from www.TradeMastery.com with another exciting video with some live real money trade examples from yesterday. I hope that y'all have been making as much money or even more than I've been doing this past week. It's been a spectacular week for playing inverse ETFs, or things that go up when the market goes down. Now, in today's lesson, or today's quick video, I'm going to share with you my favorite day trading strategy, and that's where I trade a ladder of a sequence. As a trader, you should not just put on one trade and hope for the best. Instead, it's smarter to kind of hedge your bets by putting on a sequence of 2, 3, 4 trades in a row to position size or scale into trades during a run up and then scale out on the way down. And here's a really good example of one that I did really well with yesterday, which is my favorite intraday thing to trade during market sell-offs, and that's UVXY. It's our VIX ETF here. Let me show you. I guess the best thing to share with you would be the some P&L proof. I started trading this down here at 946, and I put on a sequence of orders. Let me share with you what those look like. So, for example, I was buying just 500. I was buying in 500 share blocks. So about 500 at 746. I bought more at 54. I bought more at 55. I bought more at 55 again. I like that price level. I was buying at the 57 and so forth. And so what I did was I put on a sequence of trades to establish a position of just around 3,000 shares. But instead of just buying 3,000 shares and hoping for the best, I like to put on a sequence of trades so that way if the first trade stops out, I get a small stop. Okay, I'll try again. But if it works out, then I can build on that, build on the success and the momentum, and put in a sequence or ladder of trades on the way up. And then as soon as it starts to roll over, or I see a selling signal, for example, who can tell me what's the selling signal up here? And thanks to my colleague Steve Nissen from candlecharts.com, I learned how to trade things like the candlestick patterns, and this is a shooting star. So a 1 minute shooting star, and that tells me, okay, voice of the east is saying, you want to sell if it gets under the low of that candle. And that's exactly what I did. And let's see, I'm trying to find some sell orders here up there. Let's see. Looking at this chart, I was selling up in the 80s. I'm trying to find some examples here for you. Okay, here's one selling 785. Okay, so P&L proof. I actually do know how to trade successfully. Anyway, I was selling, for example, 700, 785. I was selling 772, selling on the way back down. I had a sequence of orders, 76 and whatnot. So, but anyway, I was starting to sell at 7.85. And that was right up here. So how much money do you think you could make if you learned how to trade this strategy? It's been my favorite because it helps me kind of hedge my bets, right? Because we can't. So I started buying down there at the 746, and I was selling up at 785. So if you're doing several thousand shares, a nice 40-cent run can start to add up. So the whole idea is, you put on the sequence of trades, and you may space them every 2 or 5 or 10 cents apart, depending on the price of the instrument you trade. Obviously, if you're trading something like Amazon or Meta or whatnot, you're not gonna enter every 5 or 10 cents. But for these charts that are under $20, which I trade a lot, every 3, 4, 5 cents to build a position of several thousand shares makes sense. And then as soon as it starts to roll over and come back down, you can then sell out. You don't have to sell it all at once. I usually scale out in at least 2 or 3 exits as well. So that's a kind of a success sequence approach. You're putting on a rack of trades on the way up, and then you sell on the way down with another sequence of trades. Now, the drawback to that is it is more work. But nobody said anything worth having was easy. If day trading was easy, there'd be nobody to do the other work out there in the world. So it is difficult and it's challenging, but it can be done. And what I urge you to do is join my live room at TradeMastery.com/live to test out these patterns for yourself and see just how powerful they are in helping you identify entries and exits in real time that you can start to work with. And also the kind of the thinking behind why is the entry here. You know, one of the things that my traders have told me, so many thousands of traders have been in my live room over the last 20 years I've run it, is I run them like a live seminar, like I used to do in Vegas and New York and whatnot. So I explain why we're going in here, right? So for example, this had a consolidation for quite a few minutes, and it had sold down sharply. Very sharp angle breakdown, often pivots back up. Often it'll stall at the middle for mean reversion pivot, but this one did a full recovery. Much to my relief, it did really well. So it ran up nicely and I made a good profit on that. So anyways, I hope that helps give you some food for thought this holiday season. Buy a sequence on the way up and then sell the sequence on the way down. You don't have to make it too complicated. You know, is there a point of diminishing returns? Yeah, usually no more than 5 trades. I usually put on 2, 3, 4, maybe up to 5 trades in a sequence. That's kind of the limit because you don't want to spend all your time typing in orders. But you do want to put on at least a minimum of 2 or 3 trades near a bottom or a breakout if you're trading breakouts, and then sell in at least a minimum of 2 exits. Because the first one may pull back and then keep going up. So you don't want to sell it all out, maybe space them down like I did. And that's a good approach. So anyway, best wishes for success in your trading this upcoming year ahead. And I'd be happy to work with you. Do feel free to take a look at my site at TradeMastery.com. And I will see you in the live room, hopefully. So take care and best wishes for success in your trades. So it's TradeMastery.com/live. I'll see you there. Goodbye.